Hi, hello. This is Attorney Brian Parker with another fabulous video. This is one I've been asked about for a while now. We just did the question and answer of a debt collection attorney, and the subject of this video came up again, which is, are you going to do a video against Credit Corp Solutions? That's like an oldie but a goodie. It's very similar to LVNV funding in that they bring the same schlock. You'll even see, as I show you the examination on this next one, the Credit Corp uses the same custodians or signatures as LVNV funding. They also use the same attorneys. I've hit them pretty good over the years, and I don't give myself credit for this, but they haven't shown up in a while. But Credit Corp Solutions is showing up everywhere else they look on my membership side. Again, in teleconferences we do. So let's take a look. People ask for it. I always say in every email to my members, if you have a video, I'll do it. So here it is. Credit Corp Solutions is the name. There are no solutions. If you want solutions, collectionstoppersolutions.com, and I've got hundreds of videos, templates, instructions, free stuff, real solutions. So the first words in my head when I see a Credit Corp Solutions, a client brings me a Credit Corp Solutions lawsuit, I think easy peasy, lemon squeezy, because I could do it in my sleep, because it's going to be the same old riff-raff nonsense. And again, I think you've heard me talk about with the Green versus PRA case, the court went to great lengths to talk about surveys and studies done that show 90% of collection lawsuits end up in default. And so there's a philosophy there of a debt collector not to bring their best stuff, and believe me, Credit Corp doesn't, because they know the thing's going to get defaulted and they're going to win anyway. So as we always say, we're going to live in that 10% and try to make that 10% grow larger as you and I become more educated at this stuff. So here is a typical Credit Corp complaint. So I'm going to show you ones from Michigan, but it could be in any state because it's just bringing nothing, saying nothing, and asking for a bunch of money. So Shazam. And what I like to focus on is the most important thing, and I touched upon this in my last video, how to beat AIM, which was Accelerated Inventory Management, LLC. And it was very important to me that you try to get this. Once you create a counter affidavit, whether you have a lawsuit that requires it or it doesn't, you have to create a counter affidavit to give the court your opinion and your belief and the support of why you don't owe this debt to this guy. The counter affidavit will set you free and it'll travel with you whatever road that you have to travel down in litigation, whether it's a long road or it gets settled early. It gets settled early if you do that counter affidavit. It's 80% of the work. What do I mean? Once you've done the counter affidavit, plonk right into your answer. Plonk right into your affirmative defenses. Plonk right into your counterclaim. Think I'm just joking? Well, you're not thinking that, but let me show you how I do that, all right? So we look at the complaint, and again, if you don't have it up, Cindy, Shazam, and look at number one. Defendant entered into a contract with plaintiff or plaintiff's assignor. That's the first line of their lawsuit, which, by the way, does not have the client's name in it. Interesting. If you're suing someone, should you have their name? I mean, that's who's going to be the payer on the check if you're suing them successfully. So already they got a problem, and they say the contract is attached to the lawsuit. That's paragraph 1 of their 5-paragraph complaint. So that is a problem that goes into your counter affidavit. You also want to state in your counter affidavit, there's no name in the lawsuit. A brick is not a wall, but a brick builds a wall. And a wall of defense against these clowns is quite easy given how much they use, how much documents they give you, because we always use their documents against them. So why do they say the plaintiff or the assignee completed performance in paragraph 3 when if they own the debt, wouldn't they just say plaintiff completed performance? It's this wishy-washy, try to be a general pleading so they can fit it into a rather large whole is what helps you win these cases. They claim that you contracted with plaintiff, but you didn't. Plaintiff got the debt 5 years later. See, I got a cold, but it's not stopping me from doing your video. Now, as I said, LVNV funding and Credit Corp are similar entities in that they bring the same schlock. Here's the bill of sale that they have. Shazam, recognize the signature. You've heard me talk about it. Lynn Fisher. She'll sign anywhere. I swear, I was driving down the road and Lynn Fisher was on the road. She holding a big sign that says, "We'll sign anything for food." Look at the hats that she's wearing here. She's saying she's part of Synchrony Bank. Look at all the many entities that Lynn Fisher is signing off on and the many hats. She's claiming to be a vice president, something, an SVP. I would recommend you go look at LinkedIn and see who she really is and what she really is. She's none of this. The problems on the bill of sale, it's still up there. We'll get to it. Again, folks, sorry I got a major cold. She claims to be vice president of one company and SVP recovery of another. There's no date attached to her signature. So you have to have a date to complete a contract. When was it signed? When does it become effective? It may even say that in the body of the paragraphs of the contract, but it's got to have a signature date, which it does not. There are no assignments between what appears to be 5 entities up there. Attached to the video will be a deposition notice that I recently sent to Lynn Fisher saying, "I need you in front of me, whoever you are." That case got settled. So I'll put that deposition notice on my website to attach this video. If you get into discovery, start going for that. Also, you'll see in the bill of sale, the forward flow agreement is mentioned. Ask for it. You want to win this case? Ask for it. You might get a little fight. By the way, there's a pro tip. When you are doing something, you push a button and they fight back and they get real nervous, keep going. You just found something. You'll get that feeling that they're up to something and they don't want you to see it when you ask for the forward flow agreement. Why? Because they don't want you to have it. But they say the bill of sale is pursuant to the terms and conditions of the forward flow agreement. So the very genesis of the thing that they say proves they own the debt is this forward flow agreement. It should be attached. It should be able for you to look at if it's part of the bill of sale. So make sure you ask for it and look for my deposition notice. So what I want to do is, I want to show you, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to attach discovery requests to this video. You can use those to ask for the forward flow agreement, and it will be a game changer. They do not want to give up the forward flow agreement. So that's a pro tip for you for Credit Corp or anybody else that uses the bill of sale. So you want to take all that information I just told you about and what's in your facts in your case and put everything into your counter affidavit. You put all of it into your counter affidavit, and as I said, it becomes the bedrock foundation of everything you do from now on. And again, in the counter affidavit are their own documents. Here's some statistics. 90% of your case comes from their own documentation, and you use it against them. And 80% of your defense comes from those documents inside your counter affidavit. Once you've got that counter affidavit done, you can go places. You can, as I said, go from A to C. I have a video that says, I think it says like counter affidavit or doing an answer, A to C. There you go. There's the correct name of it. So, for example, in this case, I started off with their first paragraph. And let's put up their first paragraph. Shazam. Defendant entered into a contract with plaintiff or plaintiff's assignor. Well, which one is it? The account loan number of which is yada, 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 pursuant, and the written instrument is attached. So they can't even say contract because it may be a note, it may be a contract, could be a credit card agreement. So here's what it says in your counter affidavit if you were following this lawsuit. It would say, as I say, I'll put up my counter affidavit in this case. Shazam. The paragraph 1 claims that it entered into a contract with Plaintiff Credit Corp Solutions, but that is not true, as this debt has an original creditor that supposedly assigned the debt to plaintiff. You can read it. And then I put below it the actual allegation that they claim is true. And then in my counter affidavit at number 10, further, regarding paragraph 1, there's no contract attached to the lawsuit. So that's in my counter affidavit. So remember we talked about plunking? That plunks into your answer. There's 5 paragraphs to answer in this small collection lawsuit. It's so small, but it has nothing. And now here's what we do. So their first allegation, as you recall, let's put up their first allegation. Cindy, Shazam, and then you will look. You'll see on my answer, in my answer for you to use word template on this video, I wrote, defendant denies this allegation. Let's put it up there. Cindy, up there. Shazam. You can see that I've incorporated or plunked. Plunked means incorporate. There, my counter affidavit right into the answer. It does all the work for you. Just do a little bit of work and it's a lot of bonuses. So, and then what I did is I took the affidavit and I put it into your affirmative defenses. Here's the affidavit that says the following about the bill of sale. And there you got that, and Shazam, and you've got that Lynn Fisher all over the place, wearing many hats, but actually not has any of those jobs. Now, in our affirmative defenses, the plaintiff does not own the debt as the chain of title is broken, and then I incorporate the same thing I had from my counter affidavit, plunked it right in there. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if it's Credit Corp Solutions, whatever those are, or LVNV funding, or MCM, or UHG, or Absolute Resolutions, name a debt buyer, you create the counter affidavit first. Please go to that video. I'll put it up again. Debt collection defense from A to Z. Again, I forgot it, but you'll see it. The icon. And that's why this is easy peasy lemon squeezy, because they give you all the documents you need to defeat them. Once you create that counter affidavit, you basically can respond to everything, and you can also do an offense. And that offense would be that counterclaim, A to C. It's a beautiful thing, whether you're required in your state to have it or not. Use it, and then you can plonk. I plonk, therefore I am. I've got a bit of a cold, so I'm going to close this out. There's going to be a lot of cuts in this, I'll admit, because I'm coughing. But a lot of people have asked for this video, so Brian Parker, giving you what you want. In spite of the fact I'm a little sick under the weather. If you get a chance, go look at our interview with the debt collection attorney. Fascinating stuff in the mind of a debt collection attorney. No one's ever done that before. Go look online. No one's ever done that. Let me put it on the icon up there. Slowly, 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 then whisk away. So there you go. Love, like, subscribe, and we'll keep pumping these out whether we're sick or not. Attorney Brian Parker, thank you.